Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for October 1st, 2018. Today we're taking a look at the GBPUSD, Greater British Pound, versus the US dollar for today's trade analysis. We look here on the daily time frame. There's two different trends that we can observe here on this vantage point to the pound dollar. Is first the black trend line, the down trend line. So we were in a clear downtrend for quite a long time, went all the way from up here at the top of the chart from the 1.4300s down into the bottom of the chart into the 126s. So quite a long downtrend there for the pound dollar. In recent days, we have seen a little bit of a shift of that trend, haven't we? We've seen the market moving higher along this blue trend line. So we have two different real trends that we could observe. If the market returns to a stronger dollar, weaker pound, it may return to the black trend line. If it returns to a stronger pound, weaker dollar, we look for it to continue the track along the blue trend line. All of that are really questions that we have yet to answer here for the pound dollar. We have a pretty active week on the news calendar. May be completely different by the end of the week. We'll have to wait and see. For the time being, we're going to concentrate on this blue trend line. It's a rising trend. The dollar has been somewhat in a sell-off mode for the past couple of weeks, and so we'll continue to follow that. If the U.S. dollar turns back lower again, as it did over the past, again, month or so, we may look for this to rally back higher. If the U.S. dollar turns around, though, we could see a break of the blue trend line and continuation lower. So those are some of the things we'll think about as we go through October. Really, go along this purple shaded area down here towards current market value, 1.3015, 1.3045. Follow it back in time a little bit. I got two circles there on the chart. The black circle, of course, showing resistance at the same area. Let's zoom it in one time. There it is. The black circle showing resistance at this same price level, 1.301545. So we know that historically and factually it's accurate that the market found resistance. Buyers exited, sellers entered, turned around and went back down. You go back a little bit further, you go back to the blue circle, and you see the same level was where the market found support and for a period of time turned back higher again, went from the 130.15 level all the way back up to 132.10. So we know two times at least that the market found support and then resistance. So here we are again into this same purple shaded area again, this same price level, and we have to figure that there's going to be one of two potential outcomes that's going to happen here. One is it does what happened back on the blue circle back here, is that it bounces off and turns around and goes back higher. Again, coupled with that blue trend line, that may give us some confidence in that. The second thing that could happen is if it gets underneath this purple zone, then we look for the market to continue to go lower. So that's really what we need to figure out here early on in the week for the pound dollar is which one of those two things is going to happen. Bounce off to go back up, break through to go lower. We can observe that here on the daily time frame, but we can also take it down to the 4-hour time frame and begin looking at price action that can give us higher or better clues to what we're seeing here. Again, it doesn't change our methodology. One of these two things is going to happen. We just need to figure out which one. We can use multiple tools, evidence, strategies to look for these, but this is really what it boils down to is we're looking for it either to break here, which it hasn't done yet, to go lower, or bounce to go back up, which obviously it hadn't done that yet either. Some clues that we could look for that would be a sudden infusion of buy orders. If we see the market turn back higher and get back above the purple shaded area in a sudden movement, leaving a long wick on the bottom of a candle, bullish engulfing candle, then we look for the market to continue its rally potentially back to the blue shaded area up here at the top of the chart. The secondary thing that we would look for is for it to actually break through this purple shaded area, which obviously it hasn't done yet, at least. So we don't have any real, I think, significant confidence that it's going to break through until it gets through, let's just call it 1.3015, could be 1.3020, give or take 5 pips or so around the bottom of this purple zone. But if it can get underneath it, our next support would be the green zone or lower. So we're waiting for some price action around here that would give us higher confidence. Now, we did have some news earlier today from the UK, which gave a little bit of a boost higher, but so far the buyers have been unable to stay in control. We have some news out of the US coming up at least today as well that may give us a little bit of boost of confidence. If it's good news for the US, we may see it break down through the purple shaded area and go lower. If it's poor news, a hold of the purple zone and possibly the return higher is what we'll look for on U.S. data. Again, we've already seen UK data. We'll look for the U.S. data. Keep an eye on the U.S. dollar. See what happens this week. Does the U.S. dollar strengthen? Does it weaken? We'll talk about that a little bit more later today in the live trade room.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.